Hello everybody, I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night, and let's get started. So, it doesn't, it is not important to talk about the crypto market as the source of what is going on right now. At this point, you guys are all familiar and already understood how this works. It is all about the United States economy, policies, changes, inflation, all about it. That's what matters. So why would we waste time looking only at crypto charts when they are not the one calling the direction, right? So it doesn't make sense. It's a waste of energy and time as well. So we already talked about this. You guys understand it. So now what we are going to do is exactly what we've been doing before. We are going to take a look on external events, then Dow Jones, and the crypto market, especially XRP and Bitcoin. Okay, so I said that we would be going down on the weekend again, and we went down on the weekend, but it didn't stop. And one of the reasons is probably because Trump is not backing down on his tariffs war. And this right now it's complicated. So it is not a good thing. It is going to add more to the inflation. People are losing their jobs. There are countries, for example, like Canada, that are boycotting the United States products. And so this it is going to create a big reaction. So it is not something like isolated. It is not a small event, right? And every single change, for the good or for the worse, have an impact. And this impact we are not going to suffer on the early days. Okay? It's like a bottom development and a top development. There is always a time needed for those changes to really kick in. Okay? So we were expecting, or at least hoping, for Dow Jones to make a higher low against the previous one. At this point, it's probably very likely that this here it is not going to stop here. Okay, one of the reasons is there is something about the U.S. stock market called disaster capitalism. What does it mean? In other words, it means that the one who's in charge, in power, or let's say the president or people that can make significant change or policies, they create a perfect scenario for others to buy at a cheaper price in the stock market and then make more gains. Okay, so that's what it is. Now, how do you identify such a thing looking at the charts? You guys know I am probably one of few persons out there that study Dow Jones since day one until present day. I went back into like 4 hours daily candles, all of them, all of it. Okay, and so I noticed there is one scenario that keeps happening often and often, time after time, which is this. So let's use this one right here for you guys to as a first example. So we're going up, then we have a high, okay? So no news. Then we have a pivot, right? Right after, we end up with another low against the previous pivot, like going down big time. I'm not saying that Dow Jones is going to go down big time here. I'm just explaining to you what it means, disaster capitalism. Okay, so the word's probably out of reality. It's like it's kind of the public wants to see a something bearish, like it's over or it's we reached the top and now this is it. But in reality, that's not what's happening. So that's why it is important for us to have this contrarian mindset. When the average people are bearish, it's time to be bullish. And when they are bullish, it's time to be bearish. So there is no news here as well. But this is very important. So right now, we are flat. Okay. Is this good? Going flat, it's always bad. Always. Always, always. So, in other words, let me show you another example. So this is flat, going flat. Flatness is weakness, okay? Then we have a higher low, okay? Higher low. And then we have a lower low. So what I learned all this time, not only from Dow Jones, it is not going to work. Here it will. Okay, so what I learned from all this time, and not only from Dow Jones, is that the first thing that we have to look for is a higher low. It's the first thing, right? The second thing that we want, it's a lower low. And why? Because going flat will deliver most of the times a bearish structure. Okay, so it is going to be painful. It is going to take time. We are going to see a lot of weakness, and then it will be ready to go down. But when we have such structures like this or any other, all we want, it's a breach, not going flat. Okay, so this is a very, very important rule for everything. And also, when we look here into XRP, we already had a breach, and not only one, we had two. So for example, let's go from the lows. From all the lows. You see, they are close to each other, right? Which makes us, so if you just draw a single line, I'm going to acknowledge all candles, what we end up with? A flat structure. So we talked about this in the last video, that in my opinion, this is a trap. Whatever the way this is going to unfold, it's a trap. I'm 100% sure about this, and we are going to talk about it. Just a moment, let me just draw the lines before I forget. So April 2nd week, okay? So we are going to come back to XRP. So Dow Jones. So now you guys understand what is disaster capitalism. Going flat, you guys also understand that that's always bad business, always, no matter what. This reaction here on Dow Jones, I believe it is just the example we just talked about. We are bouncing because there is a very significant level here, so of course people are going to buy. But the question is it enough just because we have buyers? And yet, so at this moment I'm recording, as far as I know, there is no change on Trump policy. So instead of going back to this video, first check the events. Then we are going to talk about the chart. So that's the way. That's the best approach you can have before looking to any charts. Okay, fundamentals, then technical analysis. So let's say tomorrow or next week there is a change on Trump policy. Okay, then whatever we had, we can expect bullish continuation. But buyers without a cause, it is just going to fade. Okay, so everything that we don't want, it's to make daily analysis or 4 hours basis analysis, because things will keep changing until we have something clear, right? So Oh, right now we have a triangle. Oh, right now we have a lower low. Oh, right now we have a lower high. You see, it doesn't make the direction clear. It's pointless. It is a waste of time and energy. Okay, so we gotta pay attention on the next days to see if we are going to have a significant change and to see how this can impact or change the behavior on the US economy. So remember, DJI, Dow Jones, it's the mother of all indicators. It's so let's say it's probably the best indicator of the United States economy. Okay, so yeah, so we talked about this in the previous video, if I'm not wrong, that we have a falling wedge. It doesn't mean it has to break above. It doesn't mean. It only means that so far we had a falling wedge. That's it. And we do know and understand that we can, so for example, we can have a bull flag and break bearish. So we saw this many times before. So it is all about what's happening behind the charts. So the structures at this point, they doesn't matter like they did back in the day, like in 2017, 18, 19. So things changed a lot. And keep trusting structures with a blind eye. It's bad business. Okay. So we gotta see how this is going to unfold. But again, if this is a disaster capitalism event, which I strongly believe it is, we are likely to go down to lose the flatness. Okay, so there is another thing, another very important thing, which is Dow Jones, not Dow Jones, sorry. Trump likes to benchmark his government based on stocks. So this is a fact. Okay, so stocks are going down, and Trump is hurt because he can say, "Oh, the stock market is doing very well." Actually, what he said was very misleading when asked about his actions and the stock market behavior. He said to the reporter, "Oh, really? It's going down? Oh, it's been a while since I don't look in the stock markets." So he always have this this behavior that he tries to deflect. You see, in my opinion, it's shameful, you know, because everybody knows it's a lie. You see, so I and many others who are not in such a position of power and wealth, we look into this daily. Now imagine the United States president. That's a straight lie. And yeah, so he's trying to deflect. As soon there is a change, he's going to use that in his favor. The first thing, the stock market's looking good, it's looking, you know, it's doing well, everybody's happy. So he's going to do this. It is not going to take a long time. So in a few days, we are going to have the next phones right here. And now the thing is, now what? So what was clear? Now it is not clear anymore. The United States was going now in a path to keep decreasing interest rates. Trump came back, and now he's making war with everybody, with his allies, with partners, with everybody, right? So this is the fact. So this is not opinion. And all of it have a impact, a consequence. And if this continues, it is going to add to inflation. And if it is going to add to the inflation, the Fed wouldn't be able to cut interest rates, which it is going to hurt the economy. So things, I would say we had a slightly change. I don't think it's a permanent change, but it is bad. it is bad. In the short term, this is completely horrible. I said a few days ago, probably a few weeks ago, that what he is doing, it is going to be great in the long term. Why? Because we do know that the new order will have taxes set globally. So if one president steps down, the other won't be able to raise taxes or decrease taxes. It is going to be set for everybody to follow. So what Trump is doing right now, oh, the 51st state, oh, we are going to index this country, that country, the sea. All those things are not going to happen now. So what he's doing, he's creating the awareness on people. So the first shock will be all over in a few years. But right after, into the near future, when all those things come to happen, people will see, oh, we heard this before. So it is no news. So people won't be like horrified about it because it is no news. Okay? So just a quick heads up about these things. And before we jump into XRP and Bitcoin, let me show you this. When Israel and Iran were about to clash into war, I said, pay attention on oil prices, because if they go in war, there is a possibility that the price of oil could go up. But I was wrong in both scenarios, because there is no war so far, and the oil price will keep going down. Okay, so yeah, I was wrong on this one, and I want to tell you guys that I'm not expert about oil. That's why I avoid trying to talk and make predictions, even patterns, because I do know that it's not the patterns that move the price. It's global fundamentals, and I have to learn more about this before I can have a better understanding, right? So what's the point of talking about something that you don't understand? It's a waste of time and energy. So here on the left we have Brent crude oil, and here on the right we have the dollar index. So I had one target for the dollar to go down. We have it. It's so most likely going to be a higher low against the previous ones. Okay, but this is not for today, not for next week or next month. So let's do this one step at a time. In this time of inflation, we are having a lot of troubles, and you can see this in almost every country. Okay, when there is inflation, money leaves, let's say, the bank and goes for the stock market or treasuries. Okay, so money will never be parked in such a scenario because you end up losing money. Okay, so for example, if interest rates are going up, cash goes into treasury. When interest rates are going down, cash goes back into the stock market. So this is the standard. Okay, but if you live in a socialist communist country, these things won't make any sense. Okay, it's quite crazy. Okay, so yeah, in here the dollar is being devalued. Okay, so the dollar will be going down. As I said not long ago on X, the British pound and euro will go up, and both are going up. So these ones, I understand the mechanic here. They are going up, the dollar is going down. We've been right about this one. So now the dollar will continue going down big time, following the trend. Okay, there is a big change in the future, but not for today. But we are going to reach this topic in the near future. And so is Brent. Will keep going down as well. We are going to see a bigger impact first in countries that depend on oil exportation, for example, Russia. Okay, and one of the reasons of the Soviet Union collapsed back the day was due to the drop, significant drop in the price of oil. Okay, so there is a lot going on, really, really a lot, literally. So now back to XRP. XRP have this flatness, which is bad. It's flat. But once again, we can go down for multiple reasons. But there is no head and shoulders here because a head and shoulders doesn't have two shoulders. So this is a fact. Okay? Can be a trap. Yes, it can be a trap. Like we go down a bit to then just go straight up. And it's exactly why I draw those bars right here. What are those bars? We have one major event coming, which is the next FONS meeting. I have to check if they are likely to decrease rates. I have to take a look. I should done this before recording the video, but it is what it is. I'm very busy and a lot of things to do here. So then the second event is one of the scenarios that are very likely for the trial to end, which is before the half of April, according to Jeremy Hogan. If I'm not wrong, he said could be late March or around 10 April, 15 April. I believe that that's the dates he highlighted. Okay, so now I ask you one question. What is the difference if we just go from here, if it is the case, or if we go down to just come back to the event? You see? So trying to play this short-term direction, it's only important if you are trading. Okay, and if you are trading, you must be able to do all of this. Okay, because you got it, you have to. It's any slightly or small movement can get you liquidated. Okay, but for investors, it is only about I am going to add more into my position. Never I'm going to sell everything, trying to buy above to increase my position. So this is wrong. And by the way, you guys know this is not financial advice. So another thing here that we want to take a look is, so right here on XRP, not only, we have these two big important events. Here is the FONS meeting that is coming soon. Okay. Now let me show you something else. Let me erase this. It's kind of a ABC thing, but it's still very significant and important. Sadly, we can do this on Dow Jones because it is an index, and as an index, things will never be crystal clear, like in a asset from any other company. So what we want here now is Bitcoin. Just give me a minute. What I'm going to show is very simple. It is not something secret. Okay, it's pretty straightforward to anybody. I'm going to show you. So we have we have a lot of room to do this on Bitcoin. Let me show you right here. In XRP, we can do this only one time. So what I want you guys to see, it's one of the rules for a bullish trend. Okay, so we are going for the low to the very low to the next pivot. 50% correction. Now we go to the next pivot and to the other, the next pivot as well, which is this one right here. That's almost a 50 as well. Then we had the head and shoulders. You guys remember a lot of people calling this bearish. Now we go for the next pivots. And the size of the correction of this one was only 23%. very small structure. Now we go into the next pivots. Oh, by the way, there is one line missing. Please forgive me. Okay, here it is. This one was 50%. Very aggressive. Okay. At 61, around 61, it's not bad. 70, 80, 60, it's bad. 100%, it's completely awful. That's what make what? Flat structures. And flat structures are all about what? 100% retracements. Okay? Always have this in mind. You don't even need to draw Fibonacci lines or the retracement tool to know it. Now let's go for the next one. $61. Oh, it's not 61. Sorry, it's 38.20. Okay, and could be a 50. Of course, it could be, and even 50, it's not bad at all. I mean, it's not bearish. Okay, of course it is bad. It's not what we want to see, but once again, there is no bearishness. All we have right now, it's standard corrections for a bullish trend. That's it. Okay, so now when we look into XRP, we have only one. And why only one? Because XRP had its bull break recently. Can be here, can be there, doesn't make a difference. So XRP only had so far a 23%. So even if we go down to like this, which by the way, it is, no, I won't say it is not, but let's take a look. Yeah, so it is not even close to a possible target for what people is calling a head and shoulders. Even if their targets are wrong. Yeah, so once again, 38.20, wouldn't it be bearish? No, but people, of course, if it happens, are going to call it bearish. And we do know it is not, it's a standard for the corrections. And if we check the amount of correction, if this happens, 56.23%, it's 80% from when we went down to 176, and it still would be 8% below, or I mean above what we had back in 2017. In 2017 was way more aggressive and was all the way up. So let me show you, because when we see, we can remember, right? There we go, from pivot to pivot. And we had, we had 38.20 right here. Okay. And when we look into the percentage, 64%. So 64% decline to meet 38.20%, which is half and part of the standard for any bullish trend. Any. Okay. So once again, let's go back and let's take a look again. Let's do this again. We could do from here or from here. I don't think there is a big change. You see, so far, there is plenty of room. But the question is, there is no law that tells us that this has to happen. Like, it is inevitable, it has to because it has to. There is no such a thing. It can be 23, can be 38, can be 50, whatever, okay? So, once again, even if we go down to whatever close, can be at can be a little below. It's the whole range, okay, that matters. So let's say 153, and then we are going to take off. So the reason is probably because of the trial that is about to end. So trying to play the bear corrections, it's over 50 cents, it's all nonsense. Okay, nonsense. And always remember, folks, always, every time we are going down, people will be bearish. And every time we are going up, people will be bullish. So this is a standard, this is the law. Okay, so they follow what they see, not what is going to happen. Okay, so no news. Now let me show you something else. Okay, right here. So we do have a bull flag on XLM. Yes, we have. XLM was flat. Can you guys see here? XLM had some flatness here. Take a look. If it works. So you see, flat is always bad business. Always. Always flat bad. Flat bad. There is no other way. So, if we do measure, what we are going to find here a 50%. So you see, there is a bull flag here. There is a bull flag here. We still have one here. Okay, so we have what is called wave 1, wave 2. What else we have? Bull flag. What else we have? The standard for bullish corrections in a bullish trend. So I still don't get it. Why people are still bearish? Perhaps the reason is the lack of knowledge. When there is a lack of understanding, there will be room for fear, right? Okay, so Bitcoin. There is anything that we can expect for Bitcoin in the coming days? I'm going to say to you, no. The only thing that we have to expect for the coming days is what is going to happen into the United States economy in the coming days. That's what matters. Okay? So folks, I hope this video can clarify some doubts that people are having. And and just one more thing before we go. Coinbase. So my target is off by a lot. My target was 206, if I'm not wrong. Now we had a significant drop. And here's the deal. Going flat will bring pain. Okay? So this happens if we go flat. This is bad. So if Coinbase, or let's a better way, if Dow Jones, it is going to go down on the levels that we're talking about, then Coinbase, it is likely to have a breach as well, probably making higher low. So could be from here, or could be from here. Okay, so go down, we go up, a new low, but it's still higher low, as all the ones that we had before. Okay, flat, it's always bad. Always remember this. You may say, well, what about a double bottom, W bottom, bottom bottom? Folks, the ratio of the currencies of those structures are very, very low. It's so in today time, it's like very marginal. Okay, so it's kind of the risk they don't want to take. That's why it's better to just wait and watch to see what is going to unfold. Okay. So guys, I only decided to record this video because there is a problem on X, and I couldn't write anything. The thing is just awful right now. But yeah, so that's my 2 cents for now. And again, I don't think this is over. Okay, so if my view on this right now it's right, there is more pain, and this is most likely to go through the whole week, probably. Okay, so we are going to find this very, very soon. And yeah, so we have time to observe and see how this is going to unfold. Okay, but yeah, so guys, thanks again. Thanks for your time, thanks for your patience, thanks for your support. You guys are amazing. Don't forget to smash the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, ring the bell, and leave some comments. Okay, thank you, and I will see you guys soon. Stay safe and see ya.